Are you considering a move to Northern California and wondering what the differences are between Folsom and Roseville? Maybe you're asking yourself, which one is better? If you're like most people, you might be scratching your head trying to figure out where the right place to live is. Well, don't worry, we've got you covered. In today's video, we're talking all about the differences and comparisons between these two awesome cities.
What's up everyone, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. We are Lance and Lauren with L2 Home Group, and on this channel we talk all about what it's like living in Sacramento and the surrounding areas. On top of making YouTube videos, we are also licensed real estate agents, which means as much as we love making these videos, we love helping you out more with your real estate needs. There should be a number popping up. We're the ones that answer those calls, texts, and emails, so if there are any questions you have about Roseville or Folsom or the greater Sacramento area in regards to your real estate needs, we would love to help you guys out. Alright, so we're talking about Folsom California versus Roseville California. Now to start off with, I'm going to give you a brief overview about city size and population. Folsom has a population that's right under 83,000 people, and it's a little over 34 square miles. Folsom California is a part of Sacramento County, and it's located between Orangevale, Fair Oaks, Granite Bay, and El Dorado Hills, and it's just along the 50 freeway, which you can either take up towards South Lake Tahoe or back down into Sacramento. Now, topography wise, Folsom is surrounded by rolling foothills, and it's just at the base of the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, which from some neighborhoods gives you some awesome views of the valley. With its mild climate, scenic views, and easy access to outdoor rec, Folsom is a great place for those who love the great outdoors.
Now, in comparison, Roseville has a population of around 155,000 people and is around 42 square miles. Roseville, California is a part of Placer County, located between Rockland, Granite Bay, Antelope, and Lincoln. Roseville has two freeways that run through it that make it easy to get places. You have Highway 65 that takes you north into Lincoln and Wheatland. Then you have Interstate 80 that takes you either up to North Lake Tahoe, or you can take it the other way into Sacramento or down to San Francisco. Roseville is also just a short drive to the foothills and the Sierra Nevada mountain range, providing easy access to outdoor recreation and scenic beauty. So if you need to get somewhere, Roseville has you covered. Now, topography-wise, Roseville is definitely more flat and has a lot more of the suburban neighborhood feel. But don't let that fool you. There are miles and miles of trails and tons of parks and green spaces where you can take the kiddos. There are a few parks that my kids loved to go to when they were younger, specifically Diamond Oaks in East Roseville, that has an awesome slide that you definitely have to check out if you're in the area.
So let's talk a little bit about what these cities are known for. Folsom, California is known for its beautiful parks and outdoor recreation, excellent job market, and awesome schools from elementary all the way up to the high school. But we're going to talk about that a little bit closer to the end. Now, the city has a vast network of trails and parks just similar to Roseville, but one of the things that Folsom has is Folsom Lake and Lake Natoma. Folsom Lake is the bigger of the two lakes, and it's a more popular spot for boating, fishing. It has some easy hiking, and you can also do some mountain biking out there. There's also Lake Natoma, which is also fed from the bottom of Folsom Lake. This one tends to be a little bit more chill and is awesome to go paddleboarding and kayaking. Since there's no motorized boats on this lake, you can have free reign of the lake, and there isn't a ton of rift on the water. We spend many days out here during the summer as a family with paddleboards, and it's absolutely amazing. The cool thing about Lake Natoma is you're pretty close to downtown or Old Town Folsom and Sutter Street, which has a ton of great restaurants that you can take the family, and some pretty cool bars if you're just out for a date night and you want to grab some drinks. The city also has a deep biking community that hosts several different bike events throughout the year, and they have the new Johnny Cash Trail. Towards the newer part of Folsom, you have a ton of outdoor shopping at the Palladio, which has definitely grown over the years, and they also have the Folsom Outlets, which draws a decent crowd. You can find different stores like Eddie Bauer, Gap, Banana Republic, and Nike. We love going shopping here, especially back to school shopping. You can find some awesome deals at the Folsom Outlets.
On the other hand, Roseville is known for its great shopping, vibrant arts, and culture scene. This city is literally a shopping destination for many of the surrounding cities in Placer County. Roseville has a massive mall, the Westfield Galleria Mall, which has over 200 stores and a variety of dining options. Roseville also has an outdoor shopping center across the street from the Roseville Galleria called The Fountains. The Fountains offers a variety of boutique stores as well as many restaurants. Roseville has more than just shopping. Roseville also has a thriving arts and culture scene. The city has a performing arts center, art galleries, and several museums, making it a great place for those who love to combine shopping and culture. For families, the Mighty Museum and Historic Site offers a glimpse into the area's rich history and cultural heritage. When comparing Roseville and Folsom, as you can see, both have shopping, but Roseville definitely wins when it comes to the amount and level of stores that they have to offer. However, Folsom wins when it comes to outdoor recreation and things to do.
Moving on, let's talk about golf. Which city has better golf, Folsom or Roseville? Well, if you're a golfer, both cities offer a golf course. However, Roseville has much more to offer when it comes to the many golf courses that are both city-owned and public and private courses. Starting with Folsom, you do have Empire Ranch Golf Course, which is a public golf course, and it provides a challenging and beautiful golfing experience. However, the only downside is that this is Folsom's only course in the entire city. So if you want to play this course, you definitely have to book it out about a week in advance. And if you want to change the scenery, you're going to have to venture outside of Folsom to do so. Moving on to Roseville, Roseville has its own golfing scene that's actually pretty impressive. With several top-notch public courses throughout the area, you have Diamond Oaks and Wood Creek Golf Club, which are both municipal courses ran by the city of Roseville. You have Timber Creek Golf Course in Sierra Pines. You have Morgan Creek, which is also a public course. Roseville even has a private country club at Sierra View Country Club. Now, if you're looking to live in a place with a ton of variety when it comes to golf courses, Roseville definitely has you covered. You won't have to venture out of the city to play multiple courses, and if you do decide to venture out of the city, there's still another 5 or 10 that are in South Placer County. Roseville definitely wins over Folsom when it comes to different golf courses.
Next up, let's talk about housing and what you can find in both of these cities. Both Folsom and Roseville have a ton of new builds going in, so if a new construction home is something you're looking for, you can find one in either of these cities. However, Roseville has a ton of new development in West Roseville and will have a little over 2,000 new homes going in this year, with even more slated for the future. One thing to note is the entry point for new builds tends to be a little more affordable in Roseville. But the awesome thing about Roseville in general is that it has a little bit of something for everyone. It has new builds, established neighborhoods, high-end luxury homes, entry-level homes, condos, and townhomes. There are so many different options when looking for different styles of homes, but if we know a few things about what you're looking for when you move, we can tell you exactly what areas you'll probably love the most.
Now, as far as housing is concerned, Folsom also has a ton of new builds going in as well on the south side of Highway 50 at the new Folsom Ranch and Russell Ranch, which will have right around 11,000 new homes. It's still in the early stages of building, so there's not much of anything out there right now, but you are at the base of the foothills, and from some of these new home communities, you can have awesome views of the valley and all the way down to downtown Sacramento. Folsom has all the same types of housing options that Roseville has, but with the town being much smaller than Roseville, there can be a higher demand for housing, which drives up the price point a little bit more. Folsom's new home construction has only been ramped up over the past year, so in comparison to Roseville, Roseville has been throwing up homes out in West Roseville for the last decade. Now, you will notice that the entry price point in Folsom can be a little higher than Roseville or even most of Sacramento, and that is largely because Folsom tends to be one of the hot spots for people who are relocating from the Bay Area or out of state. Next comparison that we're checking out is education. Now, both cities offer awesome schools that are highly rated and above the state average in several categories. Folsom is a part of the Folsom-Cordova Unified School District, and for Folsom, you have two high schools. You have Folsom High School and you have Vista del Lago. Vista del Lago is the newer high school that serves a lot of the newer built communities that are out towards Folsom Ranch and Russell Ranch. Both of these high schools have high rankings on greatschools.org, with Folsom High School rating a 9 out of 10 overall and Vista del Lago rating a 10 out of 10. Both of these schools offer amazing academic programs and have high testing scores for college readiness, and they have amazing sports programs. Folsom High School is specifically known for its amazing sports programs, specifically their football program that usually has a state and sometimes a national ranking. This high school is so awesome that it practically looks like a college campus, and they have an all-blue turf field like Boise State. In Folsom, you also have a bunch of highly rated elementary schools ranging anywhere from 8 out of 10 all the way up to 10 out of 10s, and their old location for Folsom High School is now their middle school. Folsom also has a local community college that is a part of the Los Rios Community College Network.
Now we'll look at Roseville's education. Roseville is a part of the Roseville Joint Union High School District and has a variety of schools. When it comes to high schools, they have 4 different high schools spanning across the 42 square miles. They have Roseville High School, Oakmont High School, Wood Creek High School, and the newly built West Park High School that just opened up this past year. West Park High School is the newest and has the most modern look. It closely resembles a college campus. These high schools range on greatschools.org with overall ratings anywhere from a 6 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. All of these schools offer a variety of programs as well as a ton of sports programs as well. Roseville has more high schools than Folsom because of how much larger the population is and how much larger the overall city is. One good thing about how many schools there are is that there is a good chance that your neighborhood is close to one of the schools, making it easy for your kids to get to and from school. Roseville also has a ton of great elementary and middle schools that rate anywhere from a 7 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. Roseville does not have its own community college though. So when comparing Folsom to Roseville for education, your kids will really get a great education either in Folsom or Roseville. However, I'd say for sports, you might be better off in Folsom as their schools are in the higher divisions in California and competition there is more fierce.
Next up, let's talk about employment opportunities and how these two cities differ in the means of employment. Now, if you work remotely, it's really just which city you would prefer to work from home in, but if you're looking for employment opportunities in Folsom or Roseville, we'll compare these two cities. First up, Folsom. Now, Folsom has a ton of corporations that call Folsom home. Folsom has Intel, Power School, Micron, Safe Credit Union, Inductive Automation, VSP1, Johnson Controls, L3 Harris, Kikkoman Foods, and the Folsom State Prison. Folsom also has a Mercy Hospital system as well as Sutter and Kaiser offices. Now, if you're looking for a place where you can live and have a career close by, Folsom is a great place. We actually have a ton of people specifically relocate to Folsom because of a job transfer or even a job opportunity that the city presents for itself.
All right, on to Roseville. Like I said earlier, it's a major shopping destination. In Roseville, you can find a ton of retail jobs, restaurant jobs, as well as health jobs. Some of the main employment in Roseville has Sutter Health and Kaiser Permanente. So if you're looking for a job in the medical field, Roseville has the two main hospitals, as well as many doctor's offices sprinkled across the city. If you're comparing Folsom and Roseville when it comes to employment, it really depends on what type of job you're looking for. Folsom has more tech opportunities, whereas Roseville has more retail and public service opportunities. The next thing we're going to compare is the cost of utilities in Folsom versus Roseville. Folsom is serviced by Sacramento Municipal Utility District, also known as SMUD. SMUD is a community-owned, not-for-profit utility company that provides electricity, water, and other energy services to the Folsom area. One of the great things about SMUD is their commitment to sustainability and clean energy. They have a number of programs and initiatives in place to help reduce their carbon footprint and promote sustainable living. SMUD offers time of use plans as well as tiered plans for electricity. Roseville is serviced by Roseville Electric, which is a municipality-owned utility company as well. Roseville Electric is focused on providing reliable and affordable electricity to residents and businesses in the Roseville area. They also offer a number of programs and services aimed at reducing energy usage and promoting energy efficiency. All right, so let's compare the two when it comes to cost. Since both of these companies are municipalities, they are both cheaper than some of the surrounding cities that have Pacific Gas and Electric. According to the two companies' websites, SMUD and City of Roseville, the average monthly electric bill in Roseville is $112 by comparing the average SMUD bill to $130. So SMUD is slightly more expensive than the City of Roseville, but nothing that will necessarily break the bank, but something to be aware of and consider when comparing these two cities.
Next up, let's talk about community events. Both Folsom and Roseville do some really fun things that can bring the community together during different times of the year. Folsom has a lot of things that go on year-round in the Historic District, which is one of the favorite community event places that they put on. They also have an outdoor ice skating rink that gets put on during the holidays. It's a ton of fun to bring the family out to. We love going out to the ice skating rink in the beautiful historic downtown district. They also do craft fairs as well as art walks in the Historic District. The city puts on a bunch of fun runs throughout the year, and they also have the Folsom Pro Rodeo and fireworks show that happens every 4th of July. Roseville also does a ton of fun community events as well. Roseville has car shows, a Christmas village at downtown Vernon Square, and during the summer they do movies in the park, and at Thanksgiving they do a 5K fun run called the Turkey Trot. If community events is something that you and your family are looking for, both cities are about even when it comes to the community events and what they do throughout the year. Last but definitely not least, we're talking about food. Who has better food, Folsom or Roseville? We're going to start off with Folsom. Folsom has many of the big chain restaurants that you may be comfortable with, like Fats Asian Bistro, Lazy Dog, BJ's, Zocalo, and Skipolini's. But they also have some unique places that you can't find in other cities, like Sutter Street Steakhouse. This restaurant serves amazing steaks and awesome upscale style restaurant setting where the service is always amazing, and to be entirely honest, it gives Ruth Chris a run for their money. Sutter Street tends to be a place where a lot of those locally owned and operated restaurants are. There is Plank Craft Kitchen, the Hacienda Mexican restaurant, plus there are also some pretty awesome bars that you can check out on a Friday or Saturday night. Another great restaurant that Folsom has that's unique to Folsom is Visconti's. If you're looking for an awesome Italian restaurant where it tastes homemade every time you go, then you definitely have to check out this place. This restaurant used to be in a little strip mall where if you blinked, you would miss it. I remember coming here when I was in high school, and the owner would personally come around to each of the tables to make sure the food was good, and sometimes he'd even sit down at the table like you were part of his family.
Moving on to Roseville. Roseville, much like Folsom, has many of the name brand chain style restaurants like BJ's, Lazy Dog, Olive Garden, Zocalo, and Fats. However, Roseville has its share of some unique restaurants as well that you can't find in other cities, like Bennett's Kitchen Bar Market. You can find a variety of options at this awesome locally owned restaurant. They also have a full service bar and many specials throughout the week. You also have Q1227, Four Sisters Cafe, and Ruin Thai Food, which is one of my favorite places to go. If you like Thai food, you have to check out this restaurant. They have an amazing pad see ew. When comparing Folsom to Roseville with what restaurants both cities have, they are pretty much evenly scaled. You can find good food in both of these cities. You can't go wrong in either one. Okay, so wrapping up, as you can see, both of these cities have a lot to offer. They are both very similar, but also very different. We personally love both Folsom and Roseville for different reasons. I love shopping in Roseville because it literally has every store you need and they are all really close to each other. You don't have to drive to multiple shopping centers to find what you need.
I love everything that Folsom has to offer with outdoor recreation. You can go paddleboarding on Lake Natoma, or you can ride bikes for miles along many of the pathways they have. Folsom is a great place to get out and experience the outdoors. Let us know in the comments which city you think is better, Folsom or Roseville. And as much as we love making these videos about awesome places like Folsom and Roseville, we love helping you out with all of your real estate needs. There should be a number popping back up. We are the ones that answer those calls, those emails, and those text messages. So if there are any questions that you have about Roseville or Folsom or the greater Sacramento area in regards to your real estate needs, we would love to help you guys out.